Hello and welcome back to the fourth installment of the Smart Start Recreational Therapy Insights YouTube channel. Last week we talked about activity analysis, so we're breaking down what goes into an activity so that we can pick the right activity for the right person. This week we're going to be talking about evidence-based practice, which is a hot topic in our field. If you've ever been to any of the conferences or attended a lot of the ATRA lectures, you will hear the big push, the necessity, and I agree 100% with this, of evidence-based practice and what we do. Let's define what evidence-based practice is. It is the approach that integrates high-quality research, such as peer-reviewed journals, systematic reviews, or reputable databases, clinical expertise, so the skills and judgment you gain through education and practicing as a recreational therapist, and the client values and preferences, ensuring interventions align with what matters most to each individual that you serve. By combining these three elements, we create interventions that are both effective and client-centered. In recreational therapy, EBP, which is evidence-based practice, goes beyond choosing fun activities. It ensures that these activities are grounded in science and demonstrated benefits for specific populations and or conditions. When we rely on EBP, we help our profession maintain credibility, encourage consistent outcomes, and support clients with strategies that truly make a difference in their well-being. So instead of the guesswork, we're actually doing things that have worked. Does that make sense? You may wonder, is EBP really necessary in a field that often looks recreational or just fun? Well, duh, absolutely. Here's why. Professional accountability is one reason. Recreational therapy is a clinical service, and interventions should be backed by outcomes-based research. You wouldn't want somebody that you were going to see for a particular therapy to really not know what they were doing. And so when we have evidence-based practice, we can go back to things that have worked. And that makes complete sense to most of us. Okay, so informed decision-making. When research-based data, you can select interventions that are most likely to yield positive results. For clients with specific diagnoses, such as strokes, PTSD, etc., and this reduces the trial and error of trying to guess. Okay, so as recreational therapists, instead of we just maybe this will work with this person, let's actually look to what has worked. And there is various journals, we have 3 big ones in our field that actually have helped us to put some of these things down on paper so that you can actually use these and to be the best rec therapist that you can be. So advocacy and funding is another big hot topic. Okay, clear evidence-based results make a stronger case for funding and licensure, which is a lot of what a lot of people talk about at all these conferences, and policy support. So when we go to legislature and we propose to them that recreational therapy should be reimbursed X amount of dollars, we should discuss with them cases, so different case studies where recreational therapy produced a positive result. Okay, those case studies are evidence to what we are doing as being valuable and that it should be paid for by tax dollars. Because that's really at the end of the day what they're looking for is they're like, okay, how should we use our budget? And which are the best services to give to our clients? And so as a recreational therapist, if you're just going in there playing games, or if you're not even doing recreational therapy, which, believe it or not, at places that I've worked, I've seen some really interesting things people calling recreational therapy, or really like if you went to basic high school, you could actually just do these things right off the top of your head. So like for instance, you might have heard the bingo thing. So if all I'm doing is playing bingo and there's no actual functional thing that I'm trying to do, so there's nothing that I can really say like by playing bingo I got this client from being able to do this to being able to do this, or to have this increased skill or this, aptitude increased. I helped them improve their life somehow. So we can argue saying, well, doing anything fun is improving someone's life, but that doesn't make us recreational therapists. That makes us recreation workers. So we want to be able to use the therapy part of what we went to school for to make a difference in people's lives. And that requires evidence and science. So ultimately, the goal is that each client receives the relevant, beneficial, and backed by research care that they deserve. Let's talk about how to practically integrate EBP with your daily practice without feeling overwhelmed. Because honestly, when you get into the field and you're a new recreational therapist, you really honestly don't know what you're doing yet. We learn a lot in school, yes, but when we're actually out in the world and we get to do the big boy or big girl job that we are doing, really that's when the rubber hits the road and we can kind of see what actual recreational therapy looks like in a clinical or community setting. So we're going to identify a specific need or question. Start by clarifying a clinical question. What interventions best improve social interaction in older adults with dementia? That could be the question, because that could be your goal, okay? How can we reduce stress for hospitalized adolescents? That could be another question, and then that could be your goal. Having a clear question provides direction for research. Okay, we're going to locate and evaluate the research. So search reputable sources like PubMed, Google Scholar, or databases provided by professional organizations. Example, the American Therapeutic Recreation Association, ATRA. Check whether the study is peer-reviewed, how many participants were involved, and if the methods were rigorous. Systematic reviews or meta-analysis can be especially helpful, those that they synthesize multiple studies. Okay, so the 3 scholarly journals that we have available to us as recreational therapists, which has a lot of the information on evidence practice, is the Therapeutic Recreation Journal, the TRJ, the American Journal of Recreation Therapy, which is AJRT, and the Annual in Therapeutic Recreation. So we have these 3 helpful journals that you can buy or purchase on Amazon, or you can go to the ATRA website to get them, or go to Sagamore Publishing and get them. And what you will actually see is what evidence and research has been done in our field that shows that when you do this specific intervention with this specific population, you're most likely going to get this specific result. So, great place to look if you're really serious about being a really good recreational therapist. All right, so now you're going to apply your findings to your setting. You're going to compare study population to your client group. So the study population might have been older adults with dementia, and your group might be older adults with dementia. So that would be a match, right? That would show you what activity was appropriate for that population achieving what result. Then you're going to measure the outcomes. You're going to use standardized tools or simple metrics, observation checklists, self-report scales to track your progress. Demonstration is key. Record how often it is done, any changes you observe, and feedback from clients or colleagues. And then you're going to review and refine, because we always do that, the APIDE process, right? We always go back and evaluate. After a set period, several weeks, months, days, whatever it is, you're going to evaluate your data. Did the intervention yield the desired outcome? And if not, what can be changed so that you achieve that desired outcome? Or if it does, why did it work? What is your theory of why it did work? Can this be replicated to prove, again, by someone else, prove that this activity or this intervention will work to achieve a specific result? All right, some tips and resources that you can use that'll help you stay on track. Okay, so professional development, attend conferences, webinars, seminars where evidence-based research is presented. Collaborate. Work closely with other professions such as nurses, physical therapists, occupational therapists, psychologists, etc., and see what works for them and how it can be adapted for a recreational therapist. Stay organized. Use a simple spreadsheet to document your findings. That way, when it comes to taking this study and using it somewhere else, someone can easily take that data and see if it can be replicated. All right, and seek guidance. We have a lot of professors. We have a lot of people who have done a lot of research in our field, and a lot of them will actually work alongside you. If you want to do a research study, for instance, at your hospital or in your community setting, and you need a PhD to write that with you and have their name on the journal entry as well, because then when it gets peer reviewed, it might pass, right? But you actually providing those insights, that information can actually get these things published, and that provides more tools for us as recreational therapists moving forward. So you're not just helping yourself, you're helping the whole profession, and that's how we grow these tools. All right, so in short, staying informed about the latest studies and best practices of recreational therapists allows you to be a competent rec therapist. If what you learned was 40 years old and you haven't changed, you haven't grown since then, it might be time to maybe get online, take some courses. We have continuing education courses at SMART CEUs Hub, where you can learn about almost any aspect of recreational therapy. Currently, we have over 300 clock hours of approved continuing education units, and new courses are added every single month. You can go to ATRA, you can find resources on their website, you can attend conferences and attend sessions. You can participate in a webinar call where there's recreational therapists that are meeting with each other, just talking about what they do as recreational therapists and learning from one another. Or go on Facebook and join one of the Facebook groups that we have. We have a lot of Facebook groups, and you can learn about a lot of things just by posting a question in a group, and then somebody who might have the answer can answer, and then maybe even cite some resources so you can find out more information on that. We are a big profession, but a small profession. And what I mean by that is we are spread out amongst the country, even in Canada as well, right? And a lot of us know each other or know of each other, and we can point you in the direction of the appropriate person that might be able to help you to do the thing you're trying to do. All right, let's recap the main points. Evidence-based practice combines research, clinical expertise, and client preferences. It strengthens our profession, guiding us to more effective, accountable interventions. Implementation involves posing the right question, finding credible research, adapting it to your setting, and measuring outcomes. And then collaboration with other professions and ongoing learning is key to our development as recreational therapists. All right, so thanks for joining us on week number 4 of the Smart Start Recreational Therapy Insights YouTube channel. I hope this discussion on evidence-based practice wasn't too over your head or too in your face, but instead you feel more confident and you feel like, okay, I can actually do this. And next week, we're going to go over client assessment strategies. So it's a crucial step in tailoring your interventions to each individual's needs. So we're going to talk about how to conduct an assessment. And if you have any questions or any experiences in evidence-based practice you'd like to share, please leave that in the comment section below. I want to see the comment section full by recreational therapists giving their insight, sharing their thoughts below, whether or not you agree with me. Also, please like and subscribe to this channel so that you can get more videos like this delivered to your inbox every single week. And when you check out YouTube, you'll see the Smart Start Recreational Therapy Insights YouTube episodes show up every single Monday at 7 a.m. Central Time. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to Nathan at smartceushub.com. And as always, recreational therapists, have a great rest of your week and stay classy.